They've been much the better side in the second half, and overall they've been much the better side for most of this game so far. O'Connell back towards McGrath again. It's a point for the taking here, and he takes it. Goal and a point now inside 60 seconds, and it's now 2:13 to 2:8. 5 points the margin, and we're in the 45th minute. Quarter of an hour to go. Kilkenny can still rescue this, but they have a lot of work to do against a wonderfully inspired and talented Clare team. And leading the charge now is Shane Golden, getting away from Kelly and firing it over the bar with some aplomb. Wonderful work by the 6 Mile Bridge player. Again, it's Tony Kelly. Beautifully taken over here by Cathal McInerney. An easy point for the taking, and he's put it over the bar. And 4 points now for Cathal McInerney. It's all over, and Clare are All-Ireland Under-21 champions for the second time ever, and they have won this match by 6 points, and they're worth every one of those scores. They absolutely dominated Kilkenny in the second half, and in truth, they dominated this match for about 50 of the 60 minutes. A great job done by Jerry O'Connor and Donald Maloney, the joint managers. Kilkenny can't and won't have any complaints to make about it. Clare had stars all over the field, and they have won this title with the final score: Clare 2-17, Kilkenny 2-11. Liam O'Neill is handing over the trophy, and it's a wonderful moment for Conor McGrath, the captain of Clare, Under-21 champions, and very deserving so. What a night for them.
The half-time break and Kilkenny getting those goals, it allowed us to refocus. We knew the game was there for us. We knew this. We've been waiting for 3 years for this game, right? So there was no chance of us dying on our feet out there. We were going to give absolutely everything we possibly could, and we asked them for that, and there was no need to ask them. They stood up to a man inside and addressed them. They all spoke. They all decided that there was going to be one unbelievable half an hour for themselves and for Clare.
That's interesting, Liam, isn't it? Because normally you'd imagine goals just before half-time against you would rattle a team.
Yeah, I think Clare, you know, they were glad to get into the dressing rooms at half-time because they were rocked a little bit. I mean, they'd done most of the hurling in the first half and still found themselves 3 points down. But, you know, once they found the rhythm again, the second, like, whatever breeze was in it, they were playing against it in the second half. But they went to a new level in that second half, and, like, their inside forward line scored 2-11, 2-7 from play. So, like, you know, and there looks to be a really, really strong future. I mean, that's their second under-21 title in 4 seasons. So, I mean, they're really boxing well up there at the moment and at under-21 grade.
It looked like there was a great atmosphere there as well at the end.
Yeah, there was. I think, you know, there was 15,000, just over 15,000 people at the match last night, and clearly, you know, it means a lot for Clare, and whatever it is about the Clare people, they're very vocal. I mean, they really rock the stands when they start to roar.
You mean that in the nicest way,
Absolutely, absolutely. But, no, it is a great win for them. I mean, you could see the euphoria afterwards, and as I said, 2 titles in 4 seasons, a lot going right in Clare at underage level.
Was it disappointing for Kilkenny or no arguments?
Yeah, I'd say, well, there's no arguments, but they'd be disappointed. They only scored 4 points in the second half, and Clare scored 110. And like as Liam said, they referred to there, Clare were unlucky to go in. They went 2-7 to 1-7 at half time, and Kilkenny were up, and Clare did all the hurling. But they think they outscored them 110 to 4 points in the second half. That's a very big beating. And like the Clare defence was majestic, but so was the forward play up front. And you'd have to say they're playing, all the Clare teams at the moment, from minor to under-21 senior, are playing to the same system. Now, a lot of the Clare public don't like it. They're getting the ball, breaking a tackle, popping it past 10 yards, the score's now doing the same thing again and walking up the pitch. And when it works, it looks very good. Now, you have to be a very, very good team to do it. You have to be very skillful and very fit. When it works, like last night, it looks great. When it breaks down, the Clare public, the older public, say, what's, like, you know, when it breaks down, it looks terrible. Yeah. But I think that's the way they're going to go. I can't see them changing. And, like, they'll have a right cut next year at the senior championship, because already there's about 12 or 13 lads in on the senior panel. They won't be all on the team, but they're going to be pushing hard. And Clare will find themselves in a good position.
Right, okay. Now, you mentioned 2-11 from the full forward line, but you were really impressed with the Clare defence, Liam.
Yeah, I was. I thought they were tigerish right through. And, I mean, you know, they conceded 2-7, but really, the 2 goals in the first half hurt them. But they're defending in the second half. As Thurles said, they only gave away 4 points in that second half, and they were just mopping up ball. There's Paul Flanagan. Their support play. I mean, it wasn't just about marking the man. Wherever the ball popped up, all of the time, the Clare guy was coming in to support him. And it looked as if there was something happening here. But you can see them swarming around him. Getting the Hurley in, working the ball up. Next thing, another support player comes up, and Pat O'Connor goes to come out, and he wins his free. And I think they're huge passages of play in the game. And I think in addition you get a bonus as well. I mean, your backs are there obviously to defend the goal, but what you found in Clare last night was Shane Amori, and you've seen a score here from Pat O'Connor. Their half-backs got 2 points in play, so in addition to doing heroic defending, they also popped up and got 2 great scores as well. So overall, their backline were really, really impressive last night.
And the forwards were 2 as a unit, but one in particular stood out.
They all were really, but like the work as a unit, the full forward line was lethal inside. Got 2-11 altogether. But like Cathal O'Connor, like Totsy's really known as, he pops up everywhere. Now watch this. Like this is there's I'm talking about. There's a good long ball up here into this corner forward spot here. Breaks down. He is left and right. Now he's not the biggest of fellas. This side is very small. Back over here in his favour. He's good on both sides. Back over the shoulder. Once he starts well, and he's a free taker as well. He's unorthodox, but like this is a good here. There's a good clip up along here. He's onto this ball again. He's going to come across on his right side this time. Bang over the bar. Just one look at it. And he's travelling, even though he's corner forward, he's travelling all over the place. Again, you're going to pick up a ball here. He does a lot of running. Watch this. This is Conor McGrath, just a little hand flick inside into Tots again. He's better known as Tots. Steadies down. Now that looks very simple. But he shortened the grip, waited for the goalie coming down to the ground. Once they're in the flow like that, against Tip in the Munster final, they could never get into a flow. It was very frustrating for the crowd to look at them. But last night they were in full flow, and they were a joy to watch.
Right, okay, well done to Clare then. Before we can't finish chatting about hurling, we all thought it would be a quiet week in the build-up to the replay of the hurling, but Joe Canny kind of set it alight a bit. Some people saying there was nothing in it. What did you make of it all, Liam?
I think there's mixed views right around the country, but I mean, it definitely did make it a really exciting week in terms of news. I mean, I was a little bit shocked by the story when I seen it originally, but I guess maybe some of it has probably grown legs as well in terms of where it's gone to. But it'll be like everything. This time 2 weeks we'll be saying, God, it was a very smart move, or maybe it would completely backfire. So that's the great thing about sport. But I was a little bit surprised to see comments like that coming.
Just say nothing, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously it was a build-up to a 2-1 final that Galway weren't involved in. But, I think, both Joe Canning and Henry Shefflin had exhibition. They played really, really well in that final. And I think, obviously, I don't think it puts any more pressure on them. But, I mean, there's always going to be an element of pressure on these two guys to perform.
Yeah, but Henry, is it the case that Henry can't say anything to the ref now, or people will be saying, look at him at the ref?
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how that works. But I mean, I just thought Henry Shefflin's performance in that second half, I think Joe definitely was very, very impressive in that first half. But in the second half, Henry Shefflin, even when the ball went over the line, he was just the man possessed in that second half. And whether it was the referee or whether it was a Clare defender or a Galway defender in that instance, he was just well up for it.
You know him well.
Yeah, he's an ambassador for the Under-21 campaign, probably from Bord Gosh, and I'd say all the journalists were probably there. I think they were asking questions, and Joe may not have, he was just answering. Probably in his own way, kind of saying how competitive Henry is, that he wanted to win everything and fight for every ball. The two guys are great hurlers. There won't be much about it, but you can bet your bottom dollar. If Galway win All Ireland, there's no problem. But if Kilkenny win All Ireland, for Joe, there will be plenty of problems, because they'll say down there, well, that give them that extra incentive to challenge, kind of, as they call him, King Henry. Like, one lad is the King Henry, and Joe is kind of the new pretender. It's unusual, but look, I think it's, the way kind of journalism works. They were there, they're looking for quotes, and the next thing is blown out of all proportion. I think Joe will keep his head down. It's put pressure on the next one, but he's good under pressure. He's a fantastic player, a fantastic free taker, and I think it'll actually make him play better.
What about the 3-week break? If you were the manager now, I know you can't say it publicly, you have to focus and all. Is it too long a break?
I don't think so, no. I mean, it was a hugely tough match. There was a really big intensity to the game right through. So, I'd say players were glad of the break. I'm not sure you would have done a lot of training last week. I think it was really about recovery and pool sessions maybe. And, this week now you'll get in a bit of work, and then the following week you have the build-up to the match. And I think obviously, generally for All Ireland finals you get a 3 to 4 week preparation. So preparation won't be that much different for the 3 weeks now as it was prior to the match. And I just felt actually Kilkenny, I thought were a little bit leg weary on the All Ireland final day, so I'm sure they'll love the opportunity to freshen it up. But I mean, what another classic match we're set up for here.
It should be that way. They don't always live up to it, but you sense that these fellas will both have, like Galway will have benefited presumably from the
draw. Yeah, like you can look at it both ways. Like Galway will benefit in the sense that they were the new team going in the block. Looking at them last Sunday, they seem to have a lot left in the tank. looking at Kilkenny, whether they just seem to be kind of playing on instinct, kind of surviving on instinct. There wasn't much left there when they went for more in their bodies. Now, after saying that, they're getting a 3-week period to kind of regroup. There could be more left in them, or that's a great team that could be coming to the end of its kind of career. And like, you know, you don't know these things. Like, some of the Galway play was unbelievable. But like,